Hey everybody, welcome back to the Dungeon Dive. Alright, I am back. And I am here with a new camera. My old iPhone was getting a little long in the tooth. I was still rocking an iPhone 6, which I've been using to make my videos. So I upgraded to this week to an iPhone 11 Pro. And I am super happy with it. Hopefully the sound is good. Hopefully the picture is going to be, I think it's just going to be so much better for this channel to have this nicer camera to be able to do my videos. So then I can also do these nice big wide shots and in 60 frames per second. Then we can snap in and zoom in like so. So yeah, pretty stoked. And now we're back with Wanderer, the Cult of Barnacle Bay. So last time we spawned some new enemies, and I actually spawned the wrong tier. I should have spawned tier 3 instead of tier 2, which would have put more enemies out on the board. And that does bring up another slight criticism I have with the game. And that does have to do with the marriage of the objectives of having to kill all the enemies, coupled with the amount of spawns that you do. Because as you progress through the game, because you have to kill all the enemies, you automatically are like forced to level up. And every time you level up, you are forced to spawn more enemies. And while I understand the reasoning, because they're trying to amp up the what's going on, they're trying to make the game exciting, like a movie, like an action movie, to build up to this climactic finale. But in reality, all that really does, in my opinion, is it slows the game down as you get closer to the end. I think a good analogy, like what they were going for that kind of action movie feel where things ramp up at the end. But think of it in terms of, so think of a movie like Kill Bill Volume 1, where at the beginning, the bride is having these more long, drawn-out one-on-one fights. And the fights themselves have more detail. They're longer. And then as it builds up, well, towards the end of the movie, she has, she faces off against, at the House of Blue Leaves, against, the Killer 88. And she's facing off with a whole bunch of guys, kind of like we are here now. However, in a movie through the power of editing takes that big, long, drawn out fight and through editing makes it shorter than maybe some of the earlier one-on-one fights. And so, and this is kind of the opposite. As more and more enemies show up on the board, we are just spending more and more time really not doing much except for rolling dice. So that can lead to an issue, and I'm not quite sure, I'm not sure how fun it's going to be to watch a playthrough of this if I'm just sitting, in one spot here, just rolling attack dice after attack dice with defense dice and so on. I don't know, but we're going to keep playing. So that is just one little thing to keep in mind about this game is the game, the scenarios, because of the way the spawning works, because it's tied to the experience, and because a lot of the objectives are having you having to kill all the enemies, it does prolong the games in a way that I don't really find that interesting. So that is another little complaint I have. However, we are, let's see, we've just gone through Ross's turn. We are back at the top of the initiative, and we have our grunts here. So the grunts are going to move and then attack. Now this square here can hold one more grunt. Okay, so we have 2 grunts here, and we have 2 grunts here. So one of these grunts here is going to move into this square here. So this square here is now full. No other enemies can move into here, and this will also block line of sight. One other thing I wanted to mention is there are a couple of squares on the board that are impassable, and those also block line of sight. So we can kind of move over into this direction without having to worry about triggering, about engaging the enemies there and there. And on the pinned comment on the last video, I did mention that we do have to complete all of the objectives on every scenario. And so that does mean that we need to find all 3 keys to open the 2 gates. I think it would have been maybe a little more thematically appropriate if you were looking for 3 pieces of a key or something like that. But anyways, okay, so now we've moved one of our guards, one of the grunts, into this, and now there are 3 grunts here, and they are going to be attacking. They're going to be attacking Tank because he's up at top, or he's in the top spot of the initiative track for the heroes, and he gets an extra defense, and they also get an extra defense, but that doesn't help them in their attack. So we're going to take a look at the grunts to refresh our memories. So we have the grunts here. Each one is going to do 1 attack. There are 3. So we have to defend against 3 attacks. Now it has been a few days, so let's see here. Oh yeah, we also need to pick Tank's 3rd level. So I think we're going to go ahead and pick his level here that he can equip, or his special ability here that he can equip 2-handed items in 1 hand. And then, you know, hope that we find a cool 2-handed weapon soon for him to use. All right, so let's see here. We do have 4 dice. So he has a defense of 2, 3, 4, 5. And he also has a defense reroll because of his Thief's Cape. And then we also need to remember, these are close attacking enemies. So if we roll any crits, we are going to be able to do a point of damage per crit. So let's hopefully get some better defense rolls this time, because Tank is getting down in health. He only has 3 hit points left. All right, here we go. There are 2. So I blocked 2. I needed to block 3. I do have a reroll though. So let's see here, and I did get a crit. All right, so let's see here. I'll go ahead and this is my reroll. Okay, so the reroll didn't hit, but I will now do my exploding dice. And no, okay. However, I forgot. We also, because of Ross's ability here, heroes in the same space gain +1 defense reroll, including Ross. So I actually get 1 more reroll to try to get another defense. Come on. No, my God, 3 ranges in a row. I have been rolling so many range dice with him. Anyway, so I blocked 2, so I'm going to be taking 1. However, I also rolled 1 crit, so I'm going to be applying one of these to one of the grunts here. So one of the grunts here has 1 damage. Okay, now we're going to the casters, but none of the casters are engaged. They're all blocked by line of sight items or walls. Okay, now we're going to go to the brutes. None of the brutes are engaged. There are 2 brutes on the board. So we're cool against the brutes. And now, again, we are back up to Tank. So what is Tank going to do? Well, Tank is just going to go ahead and attack. We'll attack this guy because he has a point of damage already. All right, so he's going to roll 3 dice. I really need to get something where I can start rolling more dice for attacking. Because right now, let's see. Yeah, right now, I don't have anything that gives him extra attack dice. And it would be really nice. Yeah, so that's it. So we're just going to be rolling 3 dice to attack. I do have 3 actions, though, with him. Nothing else gives him any additional actions for anything. So, all right, so we're looking for hammers and crits here. Oh, God, these range, I don't know why. just like range after range after range. All right, so there's one hit, and that's going to explode. And all right, so there's 2 hits to a guard. The guards block 1, so he's going to take an additional hit. And that was my first action. For my second action, I'm going to do the but they also have, the grunts also have 1 extra point of defense because of their initiative track. So actually, no, we were not going to do that hit. Ugh. All right, well, here we go. 3 again. What the hell? Oh my God. All right. That, like, whenever you want that roll, it never happens. This is his final action here. And 2 hits. They block 2. So as you can see, like with more and more enemies, and yeah, you really could be spending a lot of time just sitting here rolling dice. So what do I want to do here? Let's see. Well, I guess we'll try to do 3 attacks with Ross here. No, watch here. Okay, so Ross needs ranged, right? I bet you I don't roll any ranged here. So this is going to be Ross's first attack. He actually gets an extra die for being on his spot of the initiative track. So we're looking at 4 dice for his attack, and we need ranged attacks. And well, there we go. There's 3. And let's see. I will go ahead and apply. So the grunts are going to block 2. I will go ahead and apply 1 to this damaged grunt. And let's see here. Let's do that again. So this is going to be Ross's second attack. And there's 1. So that's nothing. And his third attack. And nothing. Oh, I do get a reroll though. I'm going to go ahead and reroll 2 ranged attacks. And nothing. See? Tank rolls all the ranged attacks. That is a real bummer. And let's see. I didn't get any cleave, because cleave, you have to do damage in order for cleave to pass through. +1 defense. Anything else for Ross? Anything that I can do? I don't think so. All right. Well, now it's the archer's turn. So the archer is going to be taking an attack against Tank there. So Tank's going to be rolling his 5 defense dice to block 1 attack. And okay, we got the crit there. So that counts as a block. Plus, we're going to explode that into into more ranged attacks. So he does block it, and he is able to I believe, I'm super confused about his ability. I am just going to play it how I have always played it, because Tristan tried to explain it to me, because I think I got it wrong again, but I'm going to play it how it's written. Vicious counter. Crit defense causes 1 wound to a close attacking enemy per crit. Okay, she's close. That archer is close. They attacked me. I'm damaging her. That's how I've been playing it. That's how it's written on that card. And thematically, it works. I blocked the arrow, parried the arrow back into her face. All right. So now we're back at the top of the initiative track, and we're back with the grunts here. So there's going to be 3 attacking grunts against Tank here. So Tank only has 2 hit points left. I probably should have used a point of action for Ross to trade his health potion. But all right, well, let's see here. I did not block a single one of those attacks. Man, I am having the worst luck with these dice today. Oh my God. All right, well, I do get a defense reroll and nothing. All right, so Tank. Oh, and Ross, because of Ross's power, I also get 1. Jesus. All right, well, Tank is down. So Tank loses his final 2 hit points. and he is down. We're gonna have to I'm gonna have to read up on how to encourage him when he's down. I will believe I remove for now his initiative card. I will double check that and move these up. Okay, so that was all of the grunts. And now we have, let's see, the casters, they can't attack, the brutes can't go, and now we have Ross again. So I believe we're going to stop there for today. This is going to be a little shorter because I need to read up on what to do when one of our heroes is down. So we're going to pick up our next video with Ross going. And I believe Ross can use one of his actions to encourage Tank to stand up. And since Ross does have a health potion, I think that will help as well. But yeah, things are not looking too good. The gods of chance have definitely not been in my corner in the last couple of rounds. I've been just rolling terribly with Tank. I guess that is one of the things about these games is sometimes you just don't get the dice in your favor, and that can be a real bummer, especially in a game like this where you're rolling so many and you're just constantly getting the wrong values that you need to progress. But this is a really crappy little situation we have here with so many enemies. But all right, hopefully the next video we can do better, and I hopefully will be back onto a better schedule now that I have this camera situation worked out. So all right guys, thanks for watching, and we will talk to you later. Bye bye.